Go.
Discord killed it! Discord!
Bro, he went to a black hole. What the fuck?
Discord broke him!
There we go.
Dude, the first one, it sounded like you turned into like a digital. Like, I don't even know, bro. You sounded like horrific. I don't even know how to explain it.
Like Missing No from Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The second one sounded a lot better though. All right.
I had to tone it down for the Discord sentence.
Yeah. The Discord was like, oh no, this guy's reaching levels that are unacceptable for human ears.
It's over 9,000.
I gotta turn Dandube up more. Anyway.
No one ever, bro.
I know. I'm scared, Dickie. You're gonna get loud and it's gonna kill us all. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Brett's Bakery broadcast. This is episode 18. I am your host, Brett MG. I remembered to say that part this time. And I'm here with some cool guests. I got the very happy Dasher.
Hello.
I've got Footloose.
Cinco de Mayo.
I've got... He's like a Pokemon. I've got Dandube here.
Vagina.
Why? Why? Why would you do this? And Judge.
Look, I'm just here to keep a leash on Dandube.
Okay, you do tighten it up a little bit.
Into that shit, Judge. What the fuck?
Can you send
Good.
like 5 years in an ISO cube or something?
Oh my gosh.
I'd be worried for the cube, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
This is, I think I already said it. This is, or no, maybe I didn't. This is episode 18. We've done 18 of these. This is the 18th of them, I guess. We've done 17.
Yo, this girl can drive now.
Yeah. Well, no. So in the U.S., it could have driven 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, but now it's legal.
But now it can vote. It can vote in the United States. That's very cool. Congratulations,
so
Brett's
great.
Bakery broadcast. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm doing
Alright.
pretty good.
It's a good day.
No, good. Everybody's doing good. Excellent. You love to hear it. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second while I clear my throat. Somebody else, talk about your day.
So the Halo update for Infinite completely broke the game. You can't play it.
Imagine having a functional video game.
What the
Wait,
hell?
are you
Functional video
serious?
game
The Halo, the
Yeah.
update broke Halo. What the fuck?
Yeah, I couldn't play it for like when I downloaded it, it wasn't working. I couldn't load into games or I couldn't customize the character. I couldn't look at the shop.
Wow, that's actually wild. How the hell did they fuck that up so hard?
I think a lot more people showed up than they expected.
Interesting. Well,
They thought the game actually died. This is so sad.
oh, have you guys seen the GTA 6 trailer?
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought of it.
Yes.
Chance yet?
It also got delayed.
Yeah, I know it got
It
delayed.
did.
I know it got
What's that?
delayed. But at least they gave us the trailer. What do you guys think? If you saw
Yeah.
it, what'd you think?
You know, I looked outside and it was the trailer. I mean,
Right?
It looked very like it looked like last time the other GTA's it of course progressively gets better, but now it just looks really realistic. It's crazy.
Yeah,
and that was captured on PS5.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
yeah.
That's what they say that.
They say allegedly.
You
That's what
never
they
know.
say.
You know.
You never know.
never
But
know.
if that's true,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to play it on the Switch 2.
It's
Switch 2.
it's not gonna be. It's not coming to the Switch 2.
It doesn't. It doesn't release on PC to start with.
Yeah, it's like
Oh yeah, we have it.
It's
Sony
like,
has
man,
exclusivity.
I wonder if
No, it comes out
no,
on Xbox
it's
and
gonna be out on
PlayStation.
Xbox. It's like, okay, I guess I'm busting out the Series X so I can play GTA 6 at launch. But hey,
Yep.
that's fine. Speaking
They
of,
usually optimize that for consoles, anyways.
yeah, they do. I think Red Dead Redemption is still technically better on console than it is on PC. Like all these years later.
Because
Yeah.
the port.
Goated game, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
just about cowboys. How good can it be?
It's
Have
one
you
of the
not
best
played Red
games
Dead
I have
Redemption?
ever played.
Have you
Unironically.
not played it?
Feel, Dan. It makes you feel.
You gotta play Red Dead 2.
Maybe one day. I don't know.
You should.
talk
You should.
now?
It's fantastic. Yeah. Well, first. I'm on the wrong slide again!
Oh no.
God damn it! No! Jesus Christ! That's 2 weeks in a row I started on the ending slide! Oh my god!
Brad,
Wow,
what's
it's
going on,
scuffed!
buddy?
I fucked it up. My wife's making a game. It's cool. You should check it out. If you were interested in checking it out, or helping with it, you should go to the link at the top of the description and go to the Discord. She's working very hard on it. She does all the work, all the art for the podcast, and also Toasty, and also the bread bowl art, and also the Aerial Aces logo, except for the type. But the person who did the typesetting for the logo is also on the team, so it's like, we still did it. So, if you like that stuff and you're interested in a cool game, go check that out. Link in the description. Also, I just realized I should probably change the color of this text because you can't see it. It's in pre-production. Anyway, WRU. Week 1 is
What's
upon
that?
us. It's
It is.
World Race Unleashed.
What's
Dasher looks
that?
very unhappy. that-
He just had to sit through an ad. Of course he's upset.
Grr, hey, advertisement. Grr.
As a sentient piece of bread, I'm a little bit concerned about my well-being.
Not enough protein, you're fine.
Ah, true. He is like swole as fuck. You're right. He wouldn't want me. I'm okay. That dancing bionicle motherfucker, on the other hand, he's probably just made of carbon though. So who knows? Who cares? I don't care.
It's filled with microplastics.
British engineering.
What?
I love your mic sounded like the apocalypse. Dan Tips Dash is saying British engineering after. It's beautiful. What
do you
the
say?
fuck? I don't know. I
What
think
was
someone
that?
walked into his room and said some shit. Oh my goodness. Okay. WRU Season 8, Week 1 is upon us. We're fine. we're finally doing. We're continuing the weekly thing. I said this show would be weekly, so we're here. Week 1. Let's go. Lots to talk about. Yep, we got two tracks this week across all 3 leagues. So we'll go ahead and start talking about them. Acceleron and Nitrox will both be on Kraken's Curse. And then for people who take part in Street, they will be on Bread's Bakery. So
They're gonna be on the podcast.
they'll be on the what?
The podcast.
Bread's
Oh.
Break. The Discord. To
Oh.
win Bread's Bakery for the podcast. That is gonna be.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Just gonna race around the table.
Yeah,
Dumbass.
we're racing around the table. Yeah, we're gonna just be at the. I should do that. I should make a. I should make a track that's literally just around the table in the diner. But yeah, so it's kind of funny. Yeah, we're racing around the bakery. What you see in here, this is where we're racing. Well, where others will be racing.
Next to the famous donut.
Absolutely, we're gonna be fighting.
This is where
Winner gets blue
this is where
donut.
magic happens. Winner gets blue. Oh.
Everybody fights for the blue donut. So,
Why?
Street League. Whoever wins. That
Get the blue donut.
all
Yep.
yours.
All you. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and start diving into the individual races. Starting with Acceleron. So, Acceleron is going to be on Kraken's Curse. Let's talk about the track now and get that out of the way, because both the team leagues are on this track, so we can talk about this track for a bit. What do you guys think? This is made by Kami, and it is the replacement for Thunderdome for this season. So,
Thank God.
Extremely difficult, finicky track.
It is.
Very bumpy.
Fantastic. Very bumpy.
Bumpy's a good way of putting it.
Still better than Thunderdome. Fuck Thunderdome. Thank God Thunderdome's finally dead.
It's Kraken's Curse is a fun track, but it's easy to get mixed up on where you're going sometimes. So it's
Well,
not
yeah,
one
at
you go
first-
into blind.
Yeah,
That's for
that
sure.
is
When
one
you
thing I
go
noticed.
in at first, you're gonna be very confused, but like after like you practice it like a bit, you'll understand a bit more.
Yeah. I hope everybody who's racing has had a chance to drive the track a few times, because you will quite literally not know where to go at times across some of the cross sections. And I agree that it's a very bumpy track. Since I'm driving a long rocket, I'm kind of glad I'm not available to race this one, because I probably would otherwise, and I feel like I would probably get rocket skill issued a few times on this track.
The track's actually very good for rockets, from what I've heard
Yeah.
from Judge.
Yeah, I've heard it is too.
Yes. More prone to killing you, but yeah,
Yeah.
walks very well on the track.
So if you can keep it on the track, it should be okay. Yeah.
Remember, what
I mean,
doesn't
that's like
kill you
most-
makes you stronger.
That's a song, right?
It
Yeah.
is.
It is.
Raises my blood pressure. Oh my god, dude.
Footloose sending Judge's blood pressure through the roof instantly. Yeah, so
no.
what would you say the best class is? Is it Rockets, or do you think Swifts still have probably the advantage?
It's rocket. It's because the constant boosting and like tight turns on some sections, the mag turns on some on some sections. I think in general, like boost tracks with mag turns are generally going to be a rocket class sort of deal.
Gotcha. So Rockets are going to be good here. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, Rocket track.
All right, though.
I think
Swifts can fight. Like they can't, as long as they like keep the draft up, they could like keep
Right.
up with the Rockets. It's just like it's much easier for the Rockets to gain distance. So it's gonna be based on getting draft, hitting of course hitting every corner tight. For the Swifts, you have to hit those mag turns very nicely, or else you're gonna lose a shitload of time. So, because you're gonna have to slow down a lot compared to a rocket, considering that Swifts take a bit more time to turn than a rocket does.
True.
Whereas a
One of the
rocket has a
things-
higher handling.
One of the things I do enjoy about this track, though, is that there is very clear differences in sections of the track that are better for some cars than others.
Yeah.
Like there's rocket sections, there's definitely balanced sections, there's sections Swifts actually do pretty well. I mean, this is a pretty well-made track, honestly. As much.
Well done, Kami. You did a good job.
Yeah, I have heard
keep
from
it.
some of my guys that it's really not bad for balanced, which is probably a good thing.
Has been fucking on this track.
Yeah,
bro. Been fucking.
he's moving.
He's very quick.
He's very, very quick. Yeah, and then do drifters?
This is section. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, and then I'll talk
N-
about it.
I was gonna say, do drifters have any room to stand on this track? You think, or is this one maybe not for them as much?
been doing well, so maybe.
I think high boost amount drifts, like the 4 or 5 pip drifts, could
Right. So
keep
so
up.
One drift
Bone
drift.
Shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
because of how much like boost you're using,
Right.
how constantly you're boosting. Um, I think they're gonna struggle a lot more than the other classes though. Uh,
I mean, that's
Mostly
the fate of the
because
drifter.
yeah, like I feel like they're gonna just have to rely on draft, which most cars do, but like especially the drifters.
Gotcha.
Um, considering how low their regen is.
Right. Makes sense. Well, yeah, and off-roaders. We don't really have that many off-roaders. I don't really know how they will fare. I mean, they're kind of on track. They're kind of similar to balanced, right?
Are they?
Their drift speed is actually a little bit lower, and one of the things about this track in particular is if you want to get the great times, you do have to put on a poison immunity.
Yes,
Right.
that is
Yep.
correct.
That is
correct.
true. That is true. There's like a very, very, very narrow line where you can hit those pads, the blue pads, without hitting the
Yeah.
poison, but it is like razor thin, and I
Yeah.
don't think anyone is going to be able to do it consistently enough to not use the poison
Yeah, I don't
immunity.
feel like it's worthwhile because I feel like you're gonna get that draft anyways, right?
Mm.
Unless like you know that the Akina section with the left and the rights that has like the
Yeah.
poison and the pads
Yeah.
on it.
Yes.
If you go around them, you're only hurting yourself because you're gonna have to force yourself to use your own boost on that
Right.
section, right?
Right.
So unless you're getting draft right afterwards, you're just kind of screwed out of boost because you've used it on the Akina section when you could have gotten the boost regen from the pads. Um, so I think avoiding that altogether is
Makes
best,
sense.
especially since how tight it is to actually hit the pads without hitting the poison.
Right.
I just don't feel like it's worth it. Yeah, that's
Footloose.
my
I was
take.
gonna,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say earlier, my favorite part of the track, it's so visually cool, is when you go into the corkscrew and then go upside down over the water. It's
Oh,
just so
yeah.
visually
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that part so much.
It is very cool. It gives you, it's just that one magnet strip, so you have to kind of hold it down the middle, which isn't too
Yeah.
hard, but yeah, like going upside down like that right over the water is very cool. It's like cool use of the environment.
Now I'm able to wiggle in that section, but you don't actually have to do it at all. You just keep
Right.
boosting, you'll get all your boost
I
back
actually don't
instantly.
wiggle. I just toe hook whoever's in front of me.
Wiggling
If there's
is
no one in
like
front of me, I'll just raw dog it.
wiggling is like ingrained in my DNA. So even though I probably don't have to do it, it probably costs me speed actually doing it in that section. I always do it. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
Just
you
like
don't have to do it at all because you get all that boost right away
mhm.
back, so you don't have to do wiggling on that corkscrew at all. Trying to
And
think of other turns here.
I mean, one thing I'm really interested
There's a
to
bunch
see
of
is how-
loops. There's a bunch of loops for the rockets to like take away. There's like 3 loops I think.
Mhm.
Um, and the bag turns have these green pads on them. So you have to be very careful not to if you take it like even slightly bad, you could just send yourself off depending on your class. Um, like you know how like Swifts are like notoriously terrible with mag turns. It's the same.
Right.
You have to be very careful. Um, outside in usually. Some of the mag turns you can boost right before it, and then it's actually better because it gives you a faster time on that.
Right.
But you also have to be careful because the extra boost could send you flying off. Um,
Judge,
oh, Gord,
you had a comment there?
Actually, I was just gonna comment about. I'm really interested to see how the Nitrox guys approach this track because I've seen quite a few of the Acceleron people practicing together, and this is definitely one of those tracks, as Dasher has definitely explained. It is complex. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to think about if you want to min max your pace here, but it's undoubtedly a very fun track and should produce like amazing races. Some of the best races I've ever had have been from this track. Like it's really good. Definitely worthy this season.
Yeah.
Very racist, very based.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. I was when I first drove it, I was very like, well, I don't know. But like that's like the thing though with every Kami track, it feels like. If my first run through, I'm like, whoa, okay, I don't know. And then after like 5 runs, I'm like, oh, okay, no, this is fantastic. And I feel like it kind of applies to this one as well. Like
Definitely.
once you learn it, it's very fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all the POVs from this week's races. So, and yeah, I think Nitrox is going to be very interesting to see like how people are approaching every section. Just because I know uh, it
They have
kind
off-roaders,
of.
right?
What'd you say? What'd you say?
They have off-roaders in night trucks, right?
A couple.
I think it's with
Uh,
TJ.
It's
Oh,
no, there
there's
is one more.
more.
There's Kolu also.
Ooh, yes.
I
Yeah.
don't think Diamond Bombers are going to be sending their off-roaders on this track
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
they're like very
I don't see
desperate.
it. I don't
Wait,
see
wait, wait.
it.
Kolu's in the Fiat 500, the meatball.
The
Oh,
meatball, yeah, the balanced one.
oh, who was it then? Who?
Oh, it's Lilac P in the NC36.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It is like yes.
Who's Lilac P?
Uh, by
One of our
like
newer guys, right?
yeah, one of the yeah, as a
Is
rookie.
he
We'll
a new
we'll,
guy?
we'll get there. We'll get there. They're on a slide coming up here in a little bit. So
Let's go there on a slide. Let's
yeah,
slide into
are you
the
guys ready to check out some of the check out the teams and try and speculate on who may be sending who?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I will throw this out there. In seasons past, voice crack. Holy shit. In seasons past, these episodes would air after the race occurred. That is not the case anymore. This is going to go up the Thursday before the race. So if you
Makes
are
sense.
cool with letting me know who's racing for the show, go for it. However, I'm not going to give you shit for holding your cards close if you need to. I will just speculate, and we will speculate instead. So, yeah. But so there you go. That's the goal. We're gonna keep up with the league this season. I don't know if there's gonna be league videos, so I'm not gonna worry about staying with them. I'm gonna just kind of keep the podcast going at its own speed, and videos will happen if and when they happen. So yeah.
More of an if than a when, but you know.
Right. Riptide. Uh, so Judge, I'm assuming you're probably one of the top options for this track, right?
I don't think they'll mind me saying that it's most likely going to be me, and I'd like to see Mac on the track, but I'm not sure if it'll pan out.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, it's the
we
most
got some.
obvious choice.
I mean, all our guys are very, very quick. We're happy to send anyone.
Yeah, I don't think you can really go wrong. I feel like I was gonna say my guess was gonna be Mac and you for this one, but
I definitely want to race it. I will make it happen that at least I do race.
gotcha. Cool to know. Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing how you do. I guess any other comments from anybody else before we move on?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Short, sweet, and to the point. All right, now we don't have anyone from Highway Horrors here, so now we get to speculate a little bit.
Yuki,
All right.
we, based from what we've seen today, and by today, like literally a couple hours ago, Corpses might race, and Kami might race.
Man,
But like,
that's a
Yeah, I have a
wild
feeling.
That's
I
what,
have a
yeah,
feeling
that's what it
for
feels like.
I have a feeling for this race that every team's going to send out their heavy hitters at the start to get that lead
Mm-hmm.
of points.
the thing is though, Kami was also trying out Solar on this track. And I don't know if he was just doing that to like see how his rocket would go against Judge's rocket, but he might be also testing it for like power pipes. So power pipes might be an option, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just game theorying.
Right. Theory crafting. No. That's a
Think
good
we're
shout.
having fun.
That's exactly
That's
what
what
this
that's
section's
what
for.
exactly that's what we're all about in this part of the episode. Yeah, so I think that makes sense. I think Kami was almost certainly going to race this. He made the track. He's been practicing in the Bone Shaker. I think the question mark is going to be, does he bring corpseless or power pipes? I don't think we see Animax this week, and I don't think we see Mickey this week either. So I think it's going to be one of those three, or one of those two
My
between
money's
pipes and
on
corpseless.
corpseless. That's who my money's on.
My mind is on Corpseless too, and he is very, very quick here.
Oh yeah, dude, he is kept up. He's very fast still. So, yeah, that's gonna be exciting to see. All right, and any other thoughts, opinions? No.
No,
Moving on.
It's got me Corpseless.
All right, cool. Right on. Dandube, what you got?
The dubious
it's
one.
gonna be the double D of me
double
and
D.
Dasher, bro.
All right. So
You
BSB
and
is bringing Dan and Dasher two Swifts. Not bringing the rocket, huh?
No.
Fair enough.
You
Yeah, we
forget
got the
two
we got
Swifts
we got
and
the
power of friendship.
yeah, the power of friendship. We got the power of friendship between me and Dan.
Nice, very nice.
Girlfriend Vegeta type shit.
Yeah.
How have you guys been doing in practice? You feeling good
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. We practiced with Mac and Judge and them, and we've been like keeping up with them, and sometimes getting W, sometimes losing. It's kind of like a back and forth thing. It's funny because it's like a Team Fortress 2. It feels like a red versus blue kind of shit. Between us.
We're blue. You're red.
We don't like it because of blue.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, there's this rivalry going on between our two teams.
There's always been a friendly rivalry. Hopefully, it remains friendly. I like them. I
Yeah.
do know one beef.
No, they're good
But-
people.
My son.
Right on. That's cool. Let's go to Hyperspace Renegades. I guess we are back to theory crafting a bit. What do we think here?
I don't
There's a lot of rockets. There's a lot of rockets
I'm
on our
thinking
team.
Nader and RJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Gil's also not a bad pick because he also has the rocket to
Yep.
Soul Air, and the Soul Air is really good as well. But I think they're gonna send out Nader and RJ. That's my take.
I
I would
have a
like to see
feeling.
RJ Gale.
I have a very bad feeling that they're gonna send out poor Cop on this track because he's like the only one that gives a fuck.
That's not true.
Oh, no.
RJ's been around lately. I mean, he was on the last episode. Like he's
He
around.
was on. I've seen him race once. I do not know if he actually liked the track.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. So my guess is that it's going to be advanced in Geo.
Ooh, yeah, that would be nice to see. The Civic could do well there with 4 pips.
Mm-hmm. That's my prediction. I think advanced in Geo. I haven't seen Copper out practicing very much. I mean, I have seen him out a good bit. I don't know if he's actually going to run it though.
Did you see Advanced practicing?
I have not seen advanced practicing, but he doesn't join VC, so he may have been there and I've not noticed.
I think he was on once when
Okay.
a bunch of the Nitrox and Acceleron guys were practicing.
Mm-hmm.
It was when your Jesco guy was training as well, I think.
Nazarex, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, he typically hangs out with that crowd, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's actually hanging out in more of the Nitrox practices. So that makes sense. Any more thoughts? Any more ideas?
It could be anyone.
I know. I was gonna say
Yeah.
it really could be anybody.
I think Nader's 100% gonna show up though.
So Foot puts his money down on Nader.
I mean, Advance did make his livery, so Fez.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then equalizers.
Let's see. We got Slingshot, Jet Threat, Nissan Silvia, Night Shifter, and Power Rage.
Is that seriously
would
the entire
like
name
to
of that
see-
fucking Nissan?
Freaking.
Crazy.
The Sylvia. We call it the
We call it the Sylvia around here, yeah. We're not fucking around with the whole name.
Yeah, I ain't saying all that.
Should be going, but
I think there's a chance we see Deep Dish in the LB Super Silhouette Nissan Silvia S15.
yeah, 3 times fast.
I don't think I want to.
What about
I think we see Gunner for sure.
I haven't seen
If
Gunner
they go
practicing.
with-
It's a toss-up. Gunner or Lotar.
I was gonna say it's
Both
gonna be.
Yeah.
very, very solid drivers.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
Night
say.
Shifter is one of the best Swifts that's not banned right now, so
Yep.
that would not be a bad choice at all
Yeah.
to put on the track. I had the Night Shifter too. I wanted it so bad, man. I wanted it so bad, but it was stolen.
That's
Yeah, everybody
unfortunate.
wants that car.
Yep. I debated for a
But yeah,
while
I
if I
think-
wanted to roll it again this season, and I was like, no. Time to spread my wings and fly.
Like an eagle.
Die like an eagle.
No, stop. Bad. Don't. not on my podcast, please. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Deep Dish and Lotar.
Fez.
That's a safe
Fair,
pick,
yeah.
I think.
I
I'm with
actually,
Gunner and Lotar.
yeah, that's my prediction.
It
Because
would
I
be
think
really funny
if
to
we,
see extra lavender.
it would be hilarious.
It would be
I'm
funny.
I'm sure he would do pretty well in it, all things considered, but it would be very interesting. I think Gunner's probably getting ready for week 2, if I had to guess, because that is
Okay.
their track, isn't it? That is
Yeah.
their team track.
Rhythm Rush.
Yeah.
Great
So
track, by the way.
yeah, I imagine that he's probably prepping for that. So my prediction is going to be Lotar and Deep Dish.
Fair.
All right.
All right, so there's that's Acceleron. So we'll just move right along into the Nitrox side of things. Same track. So more options though. Barrel Eagles, to my knowledge, has not picked a car. So I don't know
You
if
just-
that's.
Just levitate while driving, just like a ghost car.
So I have no idea what's going on there, but I guess we'll pick from the other 5 at least.
There was a running joke among Nitrox people that we just sacrifice the rookies to this track.
Alright. So Bear Eagles and Pesh, or not Pesh, Lear would be the sacrificed ones.
Lear could do well. I'm not sure how many people have seen him run, but he can be pretty fast.
Hmm
I've never seen him drive, so I have no idea.
I've heard good
We'll
things
see.
about him, but I don't think I've ever actually had the chance to race with him very much, which is too bad. Because I would totally be willing to. It just hasn't lined up.
I do know that Edo is also like really good at driving. He's also, I think
He is a wheelman. He is a wheelman. I actually have seen Edu around, so I think Edu is probably one of the guys racing for this team.
I would definitely say you do.
He was
You
trained.
and-
Yeah.
He was training earlier, is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I imagine the other drivers selected will probably just be whoever's around, which may be Swole, maybe Gambler. It really could be
Yeah,
anyone.
I'm thinking it's Edu and one other person's gonna drive. I'll probably
I would
say
tend Swole
yeah.
because
Is-
Pip Rocket.
Yeah, Swole would probably be a good shout for this track if he's had a chance to drive it. All right, we'll move on then. Wolfpack, what do you guys think? We've seen a lot of these. I've seen a lot of them out practicing. So
Spleesu, I think, is definitely gonna be one of them because he's
Yeah.
been practicing the hell out of this track.
I've seen Billick out a bit recently.
Have you?
And I've also sent Wolf as well. So
Yeah, Wolf has been playing a lot, so it's very possible it could be either of them.
yeah.
Fuck.
Any
I
other
don't know how
opinions?
I just have a feeling. I think Billick's gonna be the one out there.
I got a feeling.
No. No
Don't
karaoke.
know it.
Bad.
Also, public service announcement. As of 4 hours ago, World Race Unleashed Instagram posted. So go check it out.
No. did,
Did we?
did,
Did
you-
you?
did
I got a
Yoda
notification.
did Yoda pay you to post that? Yeah, go check out our socials, by the way.
No, he
No,
didn't.
there's
I just
nothing on
saw the
them.
notification on my phone and I brought it up and looked at it. I look
Interesting.
at our
That's wild.
socials.
Nice.
Keep up
Yeah.
with them.
Check out the World Race Unleashed socials: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the other ones. You're welcome, Yoda. You can thank me for that wonderful advertisement later. So are we thinking Spleezu Billick? Is that the consensus, or Spleezu Wolf?
I still think
I
it's
would say more Space Wolf.
Spleezu Wolf.
I'm gonna say Spleecy Wolf.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
Spleezu and Billick.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right.
What about you, Judge? Damn, never mind.
He said. I'm pretty sure he said Wolf and Wolf and Spleezu. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yoda has straight up told me who's racing this track, but I can't for the life of me remember who.
Damn.
Well, I think it's
rookies.
gonna be him and Gore. That's gonna race. I think that's
Oh,
what it's
but
gonna be.
Yeah.
we-
Actually, wait.
I thought Gore was practicing for week 2.
Yeah,
He was
Gore's
practicing for week
practicing
1
for
as
week
well.
2.
Hmm.
I
feel like
think
he was
it's
a lot.
I have seen
Like-
Gore on the track.
Gore has said that he's not going to be. I don't think Yoda's going to let him race on the week 1 track.
Gotcha.
So I think it's going to be Yoda and Party Rocker because they're both in like rockets.
You
and,
know
like,
what?
Last time I checked, they're both fucking.
that would be a good shout. Yeah.
That actually sounds.
Yeah.
That sounds. You said that out loud, and I know he wants it to be Party Rocker and Yoda on their team track. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that they also are probably running together on this track. That sounds
I mean, the
accurate.
team track is like a while from now. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know
it
the
is.
issue.
It's either week 5 or week 6. I think it's week 6 actually. It's after the mid-season break.
Very reasonable.
Yeah. So it would actually make sense for them to run together week 1 and then week 6 after the break. So that would make some sense. Racing drones.
I think
Where's-
Den definitely is probably gonna drive this one. He's
Den
been
and
practicing
Pato?
this one a lot.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
see-
think so.
I don't see Kadeem on this list. Where's Kadeem?
You're banned.
Kadeem is gone.
From what Dennis said, though, definitely Paddock, because apparently he was like really fucking on this track.
Pado's
Interesting.
Really good.
Oh yeah, he is. He's so good. Yeah, so I think that's my guess. I think it's Den and Pato. I haven't seen much of Shuby, Norton, Maurice, or Star. Actually, I've seen Stargazer around a little bit. But I think it's probably Pato and Den for this week.
Kadeem ASMR. Kadeem is gone.
Oh my god. All right, and then last but not least, we have aerial aces. You guys want to put in your guesses?
Okay, well, I'm gonna say, Brad, you be a fucking dumbass if you don't send out Fidistic and Bizor.
Okay.
That's definitely who I would pick.
Yep.
Maybe Nazarax if you're feeling spicy, but definitely Fidistic and Bizor.
All right. Well,
If I were gonna pick, I'd send out Nezrax and Race Fan.
he's making the joke about sacrificing the rookies.
Oh.
I'll tell you what though, we are gonna sacrifice a rookie.
Oh.
knew?
So it's gonna be it's probably gonna be Fidestic and somebody else then, because Fidestic is
Fantastic
crap.
Nazarax. That's my new prediction.
It is Fidestic and Nazarax will be racing this week. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna be really cool to see those guys run.
Yes. Yeah. I'm very excited for the both of them.
Balanced gaming.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are balanced gaming
Balanced gaming.
for
yeah.
sure. So, I think they're gonna do a great job. Fidestic, I've heard great things from Fidestic. So, and Nazarax
got
has been doing
33
very
today, I
well as
think.
well. So, shit, Nazarax probably
Nazarax
faster than me
has
on this
been-
track at this point. So,
He's been
Yeah.
tearing up the track.
yeah, I'm very excited for the two of them. All right. So with that, we have covered both Acceleron and Nitrox. We're gonna be Street League races the same day as Acceleron. They will be on Bread's
Oh.
Bakery. And I would love to race this. I'm not
Yeah, I love
going to
this
be
track.
able. I will not be available. But I'm
Oh,
glad
no.
I didn't even suggest this track for the league. It just other people on the track validation committee suggested it and threw it on there, and I'm happy to see it. I think I have some of my favorite corners I've ever made in this game on this track in a few
Yeah,
spots.
I love
so.
this. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Solid track.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah, it's the one that has all the likes that pops up in that last slot occasionally. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the POVs from this. If you race this, save the POVs because I will want to watch the races after the fact. So definitely check it out. Join Street League. Anyone can join Street League. So if you're not in
Even you, random citizen.
exactly, even you, random citizen, just join the WRU Discord. Link will be in the description. You can get in on Street League. This is a great track. Not to toot my own horn. I love this track. I'm very proud of the work I put in on it, and I think everyone will have a really good time this weekend. So I hope to see videos of you guys there because I won't be there personally. All right, it's time. It's time for Preds. We're gonna do predictions. We're gonna peel
Prediction
peel out of this mode real quick.
Is this for like season winning or race winning?
Season 8. We're gonna predict the finishing order in points.
Alright.
Okay, I can't zoom in. So I guess this is it. This is what we're looking at now. So we'll start with just want to start with Acceleron or Nitrox?
Acceleron.
Acceleron? Okay. Now the next question is, do we want to do individual predictions or do we want to do like a work together to make one official Bread's Bakery broadcast prediction?
Like
both
a
sound fine.
Like
both,
do we want to collaborate or we want to just go solo?
Collaborate.
All right,
I
we're
wanna
gonna
be on
collaborate.
okay. Collaborate it is. We're gonna collaborate. However, if you disagree with what the group decides on, you are welcome to explain why you think that. So, let's do this. So, Acceleron, we're gonna just want to start from first and work our way down, or we want to start from the bottom and work our way up?
Let's start from the bottom.
Start from the bottom? All right. Who do we think has the most unfortunate season in Acceleron? If you guys want me to flip through the team tabs, I can do that real quick. Just kind of take a gander.
We think Dandube says hyperspace.
Dandube says hyperspace. Interesting.
Mainly because I think only Copper is the one that really gives a fuck. Maybe Gil has like some fucks in him, but like the rest of the team does not show any interest in the league anymore.
I think Gil showed up last season and he made some really great performances. So even if we haven't seen him in the off season, he's probably still going to show up and show us how it's done.
I'll say I think
but it's still like one guy.
I will say that I think RJ being on last week's episode of the broadcast signals to me that they care more than they lead on.
I still don't think it's gonna be enough.
For me, it's going to be either equalizers or hyperspace.
I was going
Those-
to
one of those
pitch.
two.
I was going to pitch equalizers.
Yeah,
Um,
I was feeling equalizers or hyperspace
Now-
as well.
I will say that if I had done predictions last season, I would have probably put equalizers as the team who finished last in Nitrox, and they ended up winning. No, they ended up second. Sorry, my brain just scattered for a second. They ended up finishing second, so that would have proved me very wrong, and they could definitely do it again. But I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
The
For me,
thing is with
I
equa-
think
Sorry. You go.
I think equalizers 4th and hyperspace 5th. That's my prediction of the lower tier.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was going to be my prediction as well.
Yeah, I
so-
think that's going to be mine.
So the consensus was hyperspace 4th, equalizers 5th. I heard that right?
No, reverse.
Reverse
Opposite,
it.
opposite.
So this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, now we're getting to like the real arguments. The thing.
Okay. So the next question, I guess, becomes: do we think any of these teams slips up enough to fall behind either of these two?
No.
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 Nah.
I guess.
No.
Are you? I'm guessing you're not concerned about maybe like tough days from maybe Velocity or Sniped if they have like a rough time. You're not worried about that either.
Well, the thing is, I've also trained people myself to
Ooh,
race.
excellent.
So,
I like that.
so I'm not worried about that. Like as long as
You're
I like,
elevating the
if
team.
they like struggle, if they struggle on something, like I can just show up and
Right.
give
Okay.
them some pointers.
Right on. I like to hear that. I think the only thing that might hold Highway Horrors back is scheduling, because I've heard that they may not have Mickey much, if at all, this season. So, like, do the rest of them burn out or have trouble making races? I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. I don't think if they do have that issue, I don't think they fall behind these two. So I would say that I'm very comfortable leaving 4th and 5th as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, and I just
I
wanted to...
would feel.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel pretty comfortable putting Highway Horrors in 3rd.
Yeah. I would also agree. They got some real heavy hitters, but I also think that BSB is really bringing their A game this season.
Yay!
Think Dandube on a Swift elevates them that much, huh?
I mean, I'm not joking. I'm not
It's
joking when I
mixed
say
with-
this. I'm not
mixed
joking
as
when I
well.
say this. Dan is like right behind me, or at least next to me, or like around me when
okay.
I'm racing. Like
That's
it's-
exciting.
He's leveled up. He's leveled up like
He's
completely.
taking races off me, so he is very quick.
Okay. Interesting.
Like there. I don't want to hear no Dan Duke slander when he's racing. He's legit.
Okay.
Look, all I'm saying is, I was right when I told you y'all should have banned Swiss. These shits are too powerful.
Okay. So we're thinking. I'll say not that I will say that Kami having some fun because he's made it very public that he picked the Bone Shaker because he really wanted to race it. I don't know if it's going to pan out for him over the course of the season. And I do think that I can get behind this. Now the question, oh shit. The question then becomes, does BSB have enough juice to pass Riptide?
Okay, I think overall as a team, I think Riptide are a bit stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on every driver they have. But that's not to say like BSB can't like catch up or like pass them, right?
Right.
I just feel like they're just a bit stronger.
I will
I
say
think
that
Riptide
on
and
their team.
DSB are gonna go back and forth throughout the season for sure.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. But
Yeah.
I just feel like the Riptide team is pretty strong, like overall. Like their weak link is not that weak. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's gonna
I
it's gonna be a very close.
I think
game.
it's gonna like
depend on
depend on how I can like, or me and Dan can like train the other team member, or and Judas is also fucking amazing. It's gonna depend on if we can bring Velocity and Sniped all the way up to like S tier, legendary tier driver, which I could
Right.
probably do. I think me and Dan could pull off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Velocity and Sniped are like they're around like the B and A, somewhere around there, kind of driver.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on what I've seen.
I would not sleep on those guys. They can.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Velocity is more
Um,
people having bad luck, and Sniped.
Yeah.
Okay, Sniped is still new because like in last season he got a fourth and he got last, and the last was more due of a crash, but that's because he was in a Quattro
Right.
and he was on off-road tracks.
Right.
Like I don't know nothing about the fucking Audi R8 Spider, which is apparently a balance. But like,
Yeah.
here's what I think. In my heart of hearts, I believe the BSB can like get first. But if we're
I do think,
speaking
yeah.
logically, Riptide has it in the bag. They have like a stronger unit, and yeah,
Keep talking.
Mac, Judge, they're like very strong drivers, and even so, Wampy and Afax, who like aren't that bad. Like,
I would call
Yeah.
them great drivers. Like
I think
Alex always surprises me. He
I
always
think-
finds that last pace at the very edge of race day and just
Yep.
shows up. Very good.
yeah,
I feel like their entire team just has like a bunch of like S tier and up like drivers on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
All right. So I'm gonna make a. I agree with what we have right here. I'm gonna say this though. If Riptide Bad Luck returns, and Highway Horrors can be at every race and overperform a little bit, I think this is going to be an absolute dogfight all the way down to the very
Yeah,
last
definitely.
week. I think these three teams are going to be on top of each other until the very last week. If
I agree with
Riptide is just a little unlucky. Not that I wish that on anybody. I'm not saying I want bad luck, I want chaos. I'm saying if it happens, if there's a little bad luck, I think, and then they don't have bad luck. If these guys avoid bad luck and these guys have a little, I think these three teams are going to be neck and neck in the last week of the season.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree as well. Like this could be an amazing season.
I'm gonna go ahead and call that. I think
Mhm.
between first and second, it's gonna be a difference of like 5 points.
Whew. Wow, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come back to this episode like at the end of the season
I
and
wanna
listen to
see-
this
I
and
wanna
just be
see if
like,
I'm accurate.
I want to see how close some of these are. I mean, obviously that's the point, right? I'll like
It's just-
I'll get a clip of this and make sure that we save this for the end of the season so we can reflect on it at the end. But that is a very specific take. There's gonna be 5 points separating them. Okay, I like that. Any other thoughts?
My wild prediction.
Yeah, I just
I-
feel like you could rearrange like the top three of these teams and I'd be okay with it because how close I think we are
Literally
in terms of
I-
like.
I have two.
This is just
final
what I
things.
think is gonna happen.
Two final long things. First of all, BSB gonna win. Hell yeah, with the bash.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
genuine thing. I feel like y'all are giving equalizers not enough credit. Dare I say, I believe in certain aspects equalizers can. Okay, I wouldn't say surpass higher horrors, but I feel like they're a bit more equal footing because like. Gunnar.
They're not
Rotar,
slouches.
and-
They're not slouches. They're very good. I know that. And that's the thing, right? Is when you're dealing with the very top of anything, it's like in any given week. anybody can pop off and anybody can crash. If we get to the end of the season and Hyperspace is third and Equalizers is second, BSB is first, Highway Horrors is last, and Riptide is fourth, I wouldn't even be shocked. I'll be honest with you.
No, I
Right.
would be shocked. I
Stranger
doubt
things have
any
happened.
universe that Riptide's going to get low and third.
Let me
Like,
hit you with a hypothetical situation. Wampi's availability a bit wishy-washy, and Soul's work schedule can also be kind of, in and out. Sometimes
the
Aphex
thing
can't
is,
make
we
it to
still
races.
have Judge and Dandube.
Teams
As
are
long as
smaller than
those
they've ever
two
been
are
right
okay.
now in Acceleron. Like, there's a reality where Riptide may have a hard time getting everybody to every race. You never really know. I think they will, to be honest, but like I could totally see a world where this is totally wrong.
The thing is, though, with Riptide, as long as Judge and Big Mac are okay, that is still a strong team. Like,
Oh yeah,
these
of
are the
course.
guys that have been helping other teams. Like, that's how strong they are.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're doing it because you're that confident. I'm saying that you're just a genuinely nice people. But, like, as long as Judge and Big Mac are okay, that team is fine.
Right.
Like, that's like the hardest part of beating Riptide is just beating those two.
Of course. And then, like I said, that was just an extreme, a hypothetical. Like, and I will also say this right now, since we have our first ranking done. I challenge every team to prove me wrong, to prove us wrong. Okay, like I'm not trying to hit anybody with Doomium. We're a bunch of idiots just throwing shit at a wall. So, Hyperspace, don't take it personally. Prove me wrong, please. I would welcome it. I would love to see it. Prove me wrong. Go win Acceleron. I would love to see that. I think it would be crazy. So yeah, I think I do think it'll be very close. I think every team has got great drivers, and it really could be in any given week could determine who is on top. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to start. I've been waiting on this for a while now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have, and
It took too long.
from a personal like life standpoint, I'm very glad that we ended up having a long off season because I desperately needed it to take care of some things. But I am super glad that we're back finally and we're ready to get going. I'm so pumped.
Time for some real deal racism.
Yes. All right. Nitrox. We'll go through these rosters again. So, Black Flag, Scallywags, Wolfpack, Diamond Bombers, Racing Drones, and Aerial Aces. I will let you guys start. We'll start from down here and work our way up. You guys have any opinions, any thoughts?
I'm going
gonna
to.
win, baby. Let's go.
So I'm gonna do like something else. I'm gonna rule out some, and then I'll single them out. I'm gonna rule out aerial. They're not gonna be in fifth. I'm gonna
Okay.
rule out racing drones. Let's see.
There you go,
Okay.
Rule.
I'm gonna rule out. This is tough. I'm gonna rule out Wolfpack.
Okay.
Wait, what
I
are we ruling
think-
here?
We're determining last place, I think.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's gonna be Scallywags.
Yeah, I think that's could be my take.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
I'm with Judge actually. I don't see it. I'll tell you who I think is going to be last.
Or you don't see that going higher than fifth.
I think it's going to be Racing Drones.
That was my pick.
Yeah,
You think something's gonna be racing drones?
I do think it's going to be Racing Drones.
At least four.
I'll tell
I
you.
don't think it is.
I'll tell you why I think it's Racing Drones. I think
No,
Racing.
I know. It's because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. As I say, I think they're just here for a fun time. and they're not super concerned about how they do. And also, this team is literally just it's BHR again with Pato. So
I mean, that was good though.
Pato
That
is
was
extremely good. Pato is extremely
Norton's
good, but
also really good,
and so is Norton, and so is Den Mearson.
and so is Dan Nearson.
Yeah, and no doubt.
Maurice is good as well. Like I
Yep.
think he's like an A tier, almost S tier. I'm not sure. I think he's around
I would
there.
say
He's
A
around
tier
there.
is a pretty good shout.
Yeah.
He's gotten
think
on the podium in finales before. It's been a
the
minute,
thing
but
is, the near start of the game we're thinking about now. I don't think Den and Norton have made it clear that they don't really have that much of interest of the game. They're just doing it for shots and goggles. And Maurice has taken like a very long hiatus from the game from the first place. So yeah,
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like that they don't lose that skill. They've been racing for a long time, so I feel like they'd easily just dust the rust off or whatever, get it off, and then they get back into it pretty easily. Um, like there was a time I took a large break, and I was just the same, completely the same as like when I came back. Um,
the thing
so I
is,
don't see like you can race for fun as to be fucking super fast, right?
right.
Like it's sure like they probably won't be as focused, but I still don't see them losing out to the Scallywags.
Interesting.
the thing is, like, yeah, you can get rid of that rust, but it's like, do you want to get rid of that rust? And I don't think racing drones care enough to get rid of that rust. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't even think that's a bad thing. I mean, they're just out here having fun, and
Yeah.
even if they are just having fun, they do have they still have potential to do some great things. So I'm
I agree.
really happy to see these guys back together. Happy to see the addition of Pato, and this is it's gonna be interesting for them at least.
I also think having fun mentality makes you a lot more relaxed
I was gonna
when
say that.
racing. And,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
There's no pressure, right? Like
yeah.
they're having fun with the whole like BHR's corrupted and now it's racing drones. Like they're gonna. I think they're not gonna be racing with a whole lot of pressure, and I think that's like a good thing for them. I just don't. I just a part of me that just really feels like they're gonna be fifth or fourth this season.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think they're gonna be fifth. That's my thing.
I think comfortably in fourth is where I put racing drones. It's hard for me to pick a fifth place. I'll tell you what I think though. I don't think Diamond Bombers is gonna get anything below third. I think
Yeah,
they're gonna be third or higher.
Yoda, TJ, Gore are the ones I know the most, and they're really good.
Party
They're
Rocker
really
is
good
no
racers.
slouch. He had some sneaky good races last season.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
An amazing last race of the season from Party Rocker, wasn't it?
yeah, yes, it was.
Yeah,
He had a
that
crazy
was-
recovery drive, if I recall correctly.
Yoda is able to like as long as he's not like screwing up on some of the turns, like he's able to keep up with like me and like Dan and everyone
Mhm.
else.
Oh yeah, Yoda's
So-
fast.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna move up to Acceleron this season.
So to reel us back in, fifth place. The consensus seems to be either Racing Drones or Black Flag Scallywags. Are we still?
Yeah.
Is that how
I'm
we're
going to
feeling?
I'm on the side of Scallywag on fifth.
I'm thinking that way too. Put
I
Scallywags in
want
fifth.
Racing Drones to be at least 4, but I know that they're probably not going to happen. So I'd say Racing Drones 5th. No, I'm sorry, Dan.
I would say Racing Drones fifth, and Scalawags I think might surprise some people this season if their guys show up.
Yep.
They could be third, they could be fourth, they could make it as high as second if they have some great races.
Right. So in this league, bonus points is only given out for 5 different drivers. So if you have a 6th driver who doesn't show up, you're actually not penalized for that in this league. So, like, for example, if Bear Legals, who hasn't picked a car yet, to my knowledge, doesn't appear, that's not going to hurt them.
I
And
mean, it could with the scheduling because sometimes people can't show up on
right,
some days.
right. But from a bonus points perspective, that won't hurt
Yeah.
them. And I know that Swole and Gambler and Edu and Lear are all capable drivers.
Yeah.
And I know, I feel like, I don't know, I just get the feeling, I don't know if Pato and Den and Norton will be, I don't know if I rate the collective higher than I rate Swole, Edu, Lear, and Gambler. I don't know. I guess it's kind of close. It is really close now that I think about it. Well, is
We
it?
should play rock, paper, scissors to decide.
Flip a coin. shoot.
Flip a coin, yeah.
What was the voting? What was the voting on this? It was me
We're-
for Scallywag. That's one.
Oh, hey.
I think
Holy
Scallywag
shit.
is
It
the-
remembers the wheel. What the fuck? It remembers the wheel from last time I was here. Alright, whoever it lands on is 5th place. Are we cool with this?
Yeah, with cool.
All right.
We're doing a wheel. The wheel determines.
The Wheel of Fate.
The wheel declares
Scallywag.
Scallywags will be 5th. Thank you, wheel.
Thank you, Will. Very cool.
Very
Cool,
cool
cool.
indeed. So
You
then...
should get like the 8-ball.
Okay. All right. So now the question is, do we think that racing drones can finish ahead of Wolfpack, Aerial Aces, or Diamond Bombers?
Nah.
I don't see it.
Don't see it. Don't think so.
See
Nah,
it
Maybe-
above the Diamond Bombers.
What'd you say,
Uh-huh.
Judge?
Like Wolf
I
has.
see racing drones above Diamond Bombers.
Really? So you think?
Really?
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Thoughts
know,
from
man.
the rest
I
of the
don't-
crew.
I don't see Diamond Bombers getting any less than 3rd.
Yeah.
I think some bad luck can always happen, and when it
I mean,
comes
but
to the
You can make that argument with any team, though. That's the thing. Bad luck can always happen.
Right.
So what do you see? What like in terms of like racers? Like how would you explain that?
Just
I just
theoretically.
really think that okay, I really think Pato is an S tier driver.
I agree.
Den was doing
I agree.
pretty well today. Norton, I haven't seen too much, but he's in synchro this time. And last season, he was in a balance car, which is, what was it, Battle Spec?
Battle Spec, free
Yes.
Battle
He's
Battle
got a
Spec.
very, very clear car advantage this season over last season. And when you look at the lineup for Diamond Bombers, I see
Okay.
Rocket.
I see where you're getting at. Their only Swift is Turtle Pope, who is a rookie. Right?
I mean, who knows?
Hold on,
Maybe Tyler
Yoda
Cook is
and
like
TJ
the world's best
are-
driver.
What I was going to say was Yoda and TJ are very capable drivers, very fast. I know Gore's going to put in the work. I haven't seen Kolu out much, but I'm sure he can pick it up. And Party Rocker, as we discussed, was a bit of a sleeper pick. But again, anything can happen. And with the lineup of the tracks this season, I would still favor racing drones just because the Nitrox schedule looks really nice for their lineup of cars.
I will also counter, though, with this. The Nitrox schedule is also got a lot of long tracks, and we have 2 different cups, like sprint cups for team tracks, which means it's quite a bit more grinding. And I would argue that I think Diamond Bombers most of their team will be a bit more grind the tracks out oriented than racing drones.
You know what? That's actually pretty
Yeah.
fair. I will concede that.
I know for a fact that like Yoda, TJ, Gore, like the people I know, like they train, like
Hmm.
Oh
they
yeah,
go
they're
at
on the
it.
tracks 24/7.
Yeah, they're out there a
Yeah.
lot. So that's like on paper, I totally hear what you're saying. You were actually convincing me, but until I thought about the schedule and was like, actually, I think like unless we do see these guys out practicing on a weekly basis, I do think that Diamond Bombers has an edge.
Yeah,
Also,
that's my take as well.
Honestly, I
there's like,
think I see Diamond Bombers in second. They practice a lot, and if they can get those tracks down perfect, I can see them in second for sure.
Okay, so second over who?
I think
I
over.
want Wolfpack in second, but like,
Uh,
fuck yeah, Wolfpack would be in second.
I think
believe.
I think Wolfpack and like Diamond Bombers have the same sort of like team composition of like really strong drivers and then some like a bit weaker ones. I feel like it just depends on like how good their top drivers are against each other.
I feel like the pure existence of Wolf of Vengeance sync, like, there's of course that okay, there's a lot more Swiftage here than Diamond Bombers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which
I
no
do
one will
agree
get
with you
fucked
there.
with at the moment, because like from what I've seen from the Nitrox schedule, there's a lot more rocket tracks and Swift tracks. But like I believe in Wolf Racer, Spleesu, and Billig, and Alyssa, because those lot have been gaming,
Hmm.
and also in terms of like Wolf of Vengeance, like the team is more close knit because they're like mainly comprised of like the same group.
They're practicing when we don't even see them practicing.
Yeah,
They have like I know they play when we're not on and don't see them. I'm not on PlayStation,
sometimes
but
see
yeah, as I say, you guys on PlayStation probably do actually see them on. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty active.
Here's
so real quick before we carry on, are we cool? Or do we think this is locked in then? Are we locking in Diamond
I
Bombers to
th-
3?
I think
yeah,
Diamond Bombers is 3.
Okay, so then that leaves us
sorry,
with 2.
yeah.
Footloose, what were you gonna say, real quick, before we dive into this?
well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that in my heart of hearts, I want us to win.
Oh, you thought there's a death gonna win,
But
bro. You think there's a death gonna win.
but in heart of hearts, I want Aerial Aces to win. But I think my top three lineup, I think we're in third. I want us in
What?
first,
Really
but I think we're in
Nah,
third.
go to the player screen or area
Interesting.
races. Let me fucking mathematize this here, bro. Bro. First of all, you got the goat for this stick. He was in exotic, his goated car. He was able to get
True.
33 in a balance today, bro. Then we have fucking Bizer, the Scotsman, able to keep up with not only Judge and Matt,
The
but also
Scotsman.
me and Walter. He's been able to
Maybe
keep up with another balance. Then we have
maybe I'm just
fucking
being too
Nazareth,
humble.
the fucking most randomest guy in the Jesco. He's also been able to keep up with me. Fucking disgusting he was able to do that in the Jesco, but nah, he's goated in the Jesco. Then we have Bread in the Speed Slayer, which is, to be honest, I feel like y'all should have banned Speed Slayer before you banned 5-hit Rocks. But anyway, he's kind of good as well, and there's a lot more rocket tracks this season. And yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know who
My
race fan is.
my consensus is Aerial Aces is gonna be first and Wolf is gonna be second. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I have maybe I have a thing about being humble. that might be
Oh,
Don't
he's
be
so
humble.
humble. Oh, he's so humble,
Liar!
guys.
Liar! All
I
right.
don't know.
You
It just
interpret that
I don't know. I
as
just feel awkward saying I'm gonna
And
beat everybody. You know what I
The
mean?
reason why is because Aerial Ace's team composition is so strong, like across the board. I'm not sure about
You
Race
got-
Fan, but like the rest is just like banger after banger after banger after banger. So it's like, and I know bangers, okay? I know bangers.
I will say, no Swifts. We said we forsake Swifts here, I guess. It just
That
kind
was
of
part
happened
of
that
my
way.
thinking.
So
We don't have any
These are the
Swifts.
caliber of drivers that don't need Swifts to be at the very, very top.
right,
Yeah.
yeah,
These
yeah.
are some of the fastest people I have ever seen on track.
I have like this is what I think is gonna happen. Like Wolf, they're gonna send out their strong drivers a lot, or as much as they can. But as soon as they can't do that, like the rest of your team is just gonna pick up the slack. Like whoever's like worse than the other, they're gonna pick up the slack easily, and they're gonna make up the difference. Because how like your team is like across the board like really good compared to Wolf, which has like the top three uh, the triple threat of like Wolf, but Billick and Spleesu. Um,
I'll
so I
put
think
it.
as soon as like
If we
I
put,
think
let's
as soon
pit
as
them.
like they're
I have
was
I have
it?
an idea. I have an idea. Let's
This has been getting good.
let's pit them together. Like, let's take out the top three drivers from each team and then kind of just look at it, compare it down the line, right? So if we just let's say Wolf, Billick, and Spleezu are probably about on par with me and Fidestic and Bizor. I'd say Nazarex probably beats Alyssa 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah,
Maybe biased.
yeah.
And then if we go down to Big Moo and Footloose, I think Big Moo probably wins 2 out of 3 times.
I'd say it's
And
probably accurate.
Footloose wins.
and then
No,
between Lilac and Race Fan, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't. We've had some news. I don't know if we're actually going to get to see Race Fan. If I'm being completely honest with you, it sounds like his work schedule has turned for the worst, and I don't really know if he's going to get a shot to race, but we will see. We'll do the best we can, but we haven't even had a chance to practice with him, so I would say that Lilac will probably beat Race Fan as things stand right now. But I do think I agree with everybody else in saying that I think Aerial Ace is probably the strongest on paper. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna let you guys talk that out and not just declare us the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the show. It's like the show. Oh,
I didn't even mean it. What the fuck? So then, I guess, are we settling with? Is this what we think? Is this the consensus?
I think Ariel first and Wolf second.
Hey, if that's how it turns out, I'm happy. I want to win.
Yeah, me too. How we talked about how close it would be here. How close do you think all these teams will be, generally speaking? Do you think we're gonna have like a couple teams close and then some tier breaks, or what do you think?
So
I definitely
like,
think Ariel and Wolf are gonna be like together a lot.
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me break it down for you, Mark. Fucking Flame Team, y'all bum fucking. Maybe there's not gonna be a fight between the Wolves and the Diamonds. I don't know. I believe that Racing Drones and Scallywags are gonna have like points apart. I still believe they'll be fifth, but like the funny spinner said fourth, so
In terms
guess.
of like the whole team, like I think it's gonna be Diamond Bombers and the Racing Drones fighting, along with Scallywag. When it comes to just Yoda, I think Yoda's gonna be fighting fucking everybody. So, um, I think he's gonna be up the top. But I think in terms of like teams, I think it's gonna be Diamond Bomber, Scallywag, and Racing Drones together. But if we're talking about just Yoda, he's going to be fighting. Just Ariel is going to be fighting Wolf. That's my take.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I could see like if Diamond Bombers gets into trouble and looks like things could be rough going into the end of the season. I could see them sending out their best drivers every race until the end and just clutching out that third, no matter what happens there. So I do think it's going to be a close fight, but like when push comes to shove, I don't think they're getting eliminated no matter what.
Right.
Gotcha.
And racing drones and scallywags, again, anything can happen. I do think that points along the bottom three teams are going to be very close, probably leading up to at least race 8. Things will be pretty close. And then
Okay.
Wolfpack and Aerial Aces will probably pull out an early lead, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be honest, based on what I was kind of thinking about before we started this episode, I personally had Scallywags kind of up battling with these guys and Racing Drones kind of back on their own. But yeah, I could see anything happen. But again, like the Racing Drones and Scallywags, Hyperspace and Equalizers, prove us wrong. This is my challenge to you. Prove us wrong.
I think the most important quality to have when racing is consistency.
Yes, absolutely.
You
Yep.
could be like the fastest motherfucker alive, but if you like constantly screw up on like important turns and stuff, like you're not gonna get first as much, right?
Right. A consistent like 4th place is better than being the fastest, but making one mistake and being
And then being in
6th
last.
place. Yeah, 6th to 10th place because you were quick but you messed up. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like I definitely I feel you there. Like you want to consistency is going to matter a lot, and I think it doesn't necessarily. You don't have to always, especially in Nitrox. I don't feel like you always have to win on pace. I mean, you can do very well in Nitrox by simply keeping it together. So,
Right.
yeah.
Going back to the first track of this season for Acceleron and Nitrox, survival is going to be the name of the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't die.
Many drivers.
Now, if you're really fast and you're consistent, that's also really good. But if you don't have the speed, you need to be consistent.
Right.
You gotta believe.
Cool. Any other thoughts on our season? Oh, real quick. One more prediction. One more prediction for everybody. Who wins the Acceleron finale?
I don't fucking know.
That's fucking hard, dude.
That's a bit too early for that one there.
Who gets first place in the finale?
Yeah. Who gets first place in the
That
finale?
depends on who's actually like gonna.
Well,
get
let's
the
let's
finale.
let's run down who do you think is going to be in the finale in the first place, and then we'll go off of that. So let's start with Acceleron.
Right. I don't want to spend too long on this, so maybe just
I'm
feast
gonna
your
be
eyes
honest.
on the drivers
Yeah,
and the picks, and then just shout into the void your pick for.
I'm just gonna say all of them that I think, and then you just agree whatever.
Okay.
Big Mac, Judge. I think Corpus, Kami possibly. I think Kami definitely gets in.
I think Dan gets his invite this season.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get it.
I think
Yeah,
Dasher's gonna get one. I agree. I'll speak up for Dasher.
Judas could.
You're making
Um,
me so.
Judas
I
is
think-
really good.
I was
Judas
gonna
is really
say,
good.
my heart thinks Judas. Can I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Judas definitely gonna get it this season.
Okay.
For hyperspace, Geo gets it.
Advanced.
Possibly advanced, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna believe it. I wanna believe it, bro.
Okay.
More gaming.
Let's not act like Gunner's not gonna be there though.
Oh, Gunner's gonna be there.
Gunner will be
Let me
there.
see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
If we picked two, we basically picked 2 per
8,
team, right? We said Mac
9.
Mac Judge, Kami, Corpseless,
We did
Dasher
3 on
and
BSB.
We
We
did
said
3 from-
Dasher, Judas, and Dandube.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I'll give it to Judas. He can have it.
okay. So
I think
Dasher
it's
and
just
Judas,
Geo from hyperspace.
Jill and Advanced, and then I think Lotar and Gunner, probably the two from Equalizers if we had to do that.
All right. So
Although-
out of all of them, let's just pick. Don't pick your okay. If
Just
you're in the
soul
front,
read.
if you've been,
Just Soul
if
Read.
you've
Everybody
been
just
in-
pick one.
Soul Read is Judas. That's
Okay.
my Soul
don't pick
Read.
yourself. Don't pick yourself if you're already in
Oh.
it. Just pick somebody else.
Big Mac.
Whatever you think.
So Judge said Big Mac.
Actually, you know what? Fuck you. Dasher can be Big Mac.
Dasher. Okay.
Big Mac. if you're
Dandube
watching
says
this, I
Dasher.
love you, like-
I'm going
Footloose
to
said Judas.
say.
Yep,
I
I said
think.
Judas.
I think Judge. I think Judge. That's my
Okay.
take.
I am going to pick Corpseless.
Oh, okay.
Think so.
See it?
Actually, no. He has been gaming.
He was pretty quick today.
I'm going to pick Corpseless. All right, and then Nitrox. So we can do the same thing. We'll pick 2
Nitrox.
drivers from each team, even though.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, unless you guys really think that one team may not get anybody, which we can talk about, I guess. But that's up to you.
Okay, maybe he's getting in by a stroke of luck.
You think? So I was gonna say,
Um,
I think Edu for sure gets an invite.
Yeah. I agree
It's
with
a good
that.
driver and good car.
Wolf Racer, Alyssa.
Okay,
would
I
be
think-
funny.
I think
Unless they
Wolfpack
do
like
funny.
has a bunch of like contenders for that.
Yeah.
Spleesu,
I'm gonna say
definitely.
I think Spleezu gets one for sure.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah,
for sure.
Spleezy for sure. I'm gonna say Wolf and Spleezy for sure. Would be the 2 I think. None of
Yeah,
us think.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
If I could go Billick too,
I
would
was
go
gonna say
Billick.
I would pick Billick as well if I could. Okay.
Yeah.
But we only picked one from
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Scallywag.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. For Diamond
I want
Bombers,
Wolf to get in.
I think Yoda for sure.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I think, and this is gonna be a hot take, and Diamond Bombers, I do challenge you to prove me wrong. I think only Yoda gets an invite.
You think only Yoda?
I think only
I think
Yoda.
Party Rock is
Hmm.
sneaky.
I was thinking.
Oh,
Yoda
you know,
would
I
be
could see Party Rocker sneaking in too, actually. But
They literally have their own team track for Rockets. They're fine.
I'm grinding it.
Hmm.
I'm
All
grinding
right.
it.
Let's go drones. Drones. I think Norton.
I think this is an
Pato.
actually not Pato.
Pato. I think Pato's a slam dunk.
I think Norton and Pato.
Oh, I think Pato. Yeah, Norton and Pato for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Aerial
Okay.
aces.
I could see Dan too.
This is a tough one because if we're only allowed to pick 2, it's gonna be tough.
Well, we have one on field spot, so we can pick.
I know.
3.
I know for sure. Fedestic has to be. He has to. Like.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Bizor too,
Izor.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fedestic for sure gets an invite. I'd be honest, I think Fedestic, Bizor, and myself are getting invites.
I can see it.
I would not be surprised.
But I mean, if we're only going to go with 2, I mean, we could go. I mean, do we think any of these teams other than Scallywags only get 1 invite, perhaps?
I still think Swole has a chance from Scallywags.
Swole could. I mean, he's in Impavito, and that card is very fast.
Yeah.
All right, if we just stick to 2, do you guys think Bizor probably has a better shot of reaching the finale than I do? He's typically a better driver than me. So I
have to say Bizor and Fedestic.
okay.
That's stick with my goats.
That's fine.
Goats.
All right, so then.
I need
Like,
to be the winner in the finale.
So who do we think wins the big
Right.
thing? Who do we wins the big
All right,
thing?
so let's go off of this then. Let's say that we selected Edu and Swole, and then do we want it? We want it. Most of the group said Wolf and Spleezu. Are we committing to
Yeah.
that for those 2? Okay, cool. So let's pick from that
Yeah.
group then. Who makes it? Who wins?
Which group are we doing?
Nitrox. So any of these. So of the group that we
Any
selected
of
from
them?
Nitrox, who do we think
Okay.
wins?
I think it's gonna be Fedestic.
Yeah, for the stick.
That's wild. I was
believe
also
in
gonna
that.
I was also gonna say
Yeah.
Fedestic.
Fedestic.
That's crazy.
Like I
So
think
good.
I think Spleesu has a good chance, but I think it's gonna be Fidestic at the end of the day.
Oh, I forgot about Spleesu. He's
Yeah, Spleezu. I was gonna say Spleezu. I think is up there too for me.
Spleesu's so good, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they are among the fastest drivers.
I think it's gonna be either Fidestic or Spleesu, but I think it's gonna be Fidestic that takes it.
Gotcha.
That's my take.
Interesting. All right.
Big gulp race.
Cool.
I don't know.
All right then. I think with that done. Let me. Whoops. There it is. Full screen. There's the predictions.
Screen.
So
Take your screenshots.
yeah, get your
make bet.
screenshots.
Call your bookies.
Yep.
Tell them this is it.
Yeah, bookmark this, and when we're wrong and hyperspace wins Acceleron, you can fucking ping me and be like, "You stupid idiot."
And put like the laughing cat emoji or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
My boss is winning this year. Let's go. Basher W. Basher W.
So that's it, dude. We're back. We're back. We're just days away from racing. We're so back. We're back in business. Look how happy he is again.
Hey Brad, can you put me back to angry? Put me back to angry.
I don't think I could. That's a scroll back.
Put me back to angry.
Sure.
Who are you?
All right,
Angry
am I there? Am I there?
Yeah, you're angry.
Yeah.
All right, motherfuckers. If you think you have what it takes to prove us wrong, you fucking do it. Prove us wrong.
Yes.
Prove us. Do it.
Do
That's
it.
wrong.
Do it.
Thank you guys for joining.
Obviously, because we're gonna win next round.
Thank you guys for joining for this episode of Bread's Bakery broadcast. Been a great pleasure having you on. I think this was a good episode. I'm so excited for racing to be back. And unfortunate that I won't be around to see any of it week one, but trust me, I will be watching the POVs and we'll talk all about it next week. So I'm super excited.
Racism. Let's go.
Give you the results.
So yeah, until next week. You guys take care. Any final words? Anything else you guys want to say before we bail out of here?
Why didn't we do a prediction about who's actually gonna win the race?
Oh,
Oh.
you know.
We're too far
Hold
into the
on.
future.
It's gonna be Judge and Fidestic. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.